May I take this seat?
Well, it'd be a bit of a silly sketch if you didn't.
Yes, I'm sure. Had a good day then?
Well, averagely average, as the average day averagely goes.
Ah, good. Very pleased to hear it.
Good. What's good about average?
Well, the fact is, it's not below average. The fact that the sun's shining and that I feel gay.
You look it. You think you're funny, don't you?
Not more than what you are.
Is that right? Well, Smones, after considerable thought, and I have to say that the amount of thought that went into this is quite unaccountable due to its huge capacity, I think you are a pillock of an unmatched quality.
Ah, you're feeling under the weather then?
What sort of a stupid saying is that? The only person who could possibly provide a negative answer to that is Mr. Martian in his 4-door spacecraft that's orbiting the Earth. I'm not, so the answer's got to be yes.
You're ruining this.
I beg your pardon?
We were supposed to be doing a philosophical discussion and put the world to right. You are in such a good, awful mood that really cannot go ahead anymore. Pointless, really, totally pointless.
Sorry.
I beg your pardon.
Sorry, okay. Now, you start us off philosophising and I'll chip in when I have a valuable comment to make.
You'll chip in?
Yes, now make a start.
Okay, food packaging. I bought a packet of sandwich the other day from the cabinet in one of those reputable high street shops and was very distraught to find that it took me all of 10 minutes to get the packaging open. I think it was very lucky to have chosen sandwiches.
You spend 10 minutes of your lunch hour to open a packet of sandwiches.
No, I
You
mean...
think you're lucky. Boy, oh boy, life's been a real bitch to you, hasn't it?
No, I mean that I was lucky because my sandwiches were cold.
Well, even if they weren't, they would have been by the time you'd opened them.
Oh, that is where could I have been if they were hot?
That's not very likely though, is it? I mean... Whoever heard of hot sandwiches in plastic wrapping in a refrigerator?
Of course, yes.
3-pin plugs, they really annoy me, you know. You spend hours stripping the wires and fit the live and the neutral, only to find that the manufacturers have decided not to supply an earth wire that's longer than the other two. And don't say that I should strip back further, otherwise innuendo will rear its ugly head.
You thought I was silly, didn't you?
When?
When I was talking about my sandwich just a few minutes ago.
Well, you could say you were missing a few buttons on the old remote control.
And you worry about your wires, earth wires. You want to dedicate your effort to solving that simple problem and then mimicking other people.
So that's the result of your in-depth philosophy, is it?
Yes, and to counter your self-cessation remark, you've got no hay in the loft.
Well, there's a really hurtful remark if ever I heard one. Especially from someone whose mum is so old that when I told her to act her age, the stupid bitch died.
Oh dear, your effort to make this sketch work really is a masked attempt to bring my mother into it, weren't they?
No, but she was also so fat that she put her lipstick on with a paint roller, got peanuts thrown at her by the elephants, and when she went to the zoo, she struck oil whenever she wore high heels.
Well, for that, may your bollocks turn cubicle and fester at the corners.
Now, that's not very likely, is it?
You tell me. You are the one with an IQ PhD, but the intelligence of a mentally retarded termite.
Well, do you remember your late mother's last job? The one in the M&M's factory? And why did she get sacked from her job as quality controller? Please remind us.
She did her job. She threw away all that bits of that weren't imperfect.
Yes, but you're not supposed to do it to the extent that you throw away all the W's. That was so funny I couldn't go past the newsagents for the next week without cracking up.
You might think that you are funny, but you don't have what it takes to exist in the real world.
When I want your opinion, I'll rattle your cage.
Too late. It's been rattled to the extent that the hinges have worked loose and the doors are dropping off.
Well, I really would smack the crap out of you, but I don't want to fill up the room.
You are so weak you couldn't pull a greasy stick out of a dog's ass.
I'll hit you so hard you'll have to open your flies to apologise.
Okay, a bastard outsider.
Okay.